Hello and welcome to another episode. This is RALLYTOP Investing. In today's episode, we want to look at the true SMC break of structure. A lot of the times, people ask me, what is actually the true break of structure? And that is why I am doing or making this video. Now, what is break of structure? Because it is important for you to know what a break of structure is. Now, break of structure refers to a condition in the market where price violates the most current structure point to create a new higher high or lower low structure. All right? Unknown to so many traders, break of structure is the smart money secret weapon of the market. As traders, what we trade essentially is structure and shift in market structure, period. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, break of structure is an important element in the smart money concept, and you need to know why you need to actually understand the true break of structure in the market. Now, I'm going to give you only 3 reasons why you need to actually understand the true smart money break of structure. Number 1, break of structure reveals the overall intention of the institutions. Market makers are the major drivers of the market due to the fact that they control huge capital and therefore can move prices around in the market. As they do so, they normally will leave a trail that will reveal their involvement in the market. One of such trail is the break of structure, as they are the only market participants who have the wherewithal to move price impossibly to break structure. Okay, so I need you to understand that the first reason why you need to really master the true market structure like the back of your palm is that it reveals the overall intention of the institution. Okay, now you must know that anytime you find a strong move in the market that leads to a break of structure, that's a clear pointer to the overall direction the institutions are likely to go. Number 2 reason why you need to really study and understand the true break of structure is because boss or break of structure reveals who is in control. Anytime you open your chart as a trader, the first question you should ask is, who is in control of the market? Is it the bulls or the bears? The indicator that will help you know this will be the break of structure. And number 3 reason why you need to study and understand the true smart money break of structure is that there can never be any meaningful or productive setup without a valid break of structure. These are the reasons why you need to understand break of structure like the back of your palm. All right, now in the diagram before you, okay, this is the education given on the YouTube about structure in the market. All right, now as you can see, price travels up. Okay, let me just show that to you. So price, according to the retail mindset, price goes up, all right, print this high and later came back down to print this low and went back up to take out this high. And now to the retail mindset, this is a break of structure. And again, price travels back down, all right, and goes back up to break structure. They call this a break of structure. Now, price goes back down, it pulls back and goes back up to break this structure, and they call it a break of structure, and so on and so forth. They call this all this break of structure. But in actuality, these are not break of structure. All right, the same thing happens in a downtrend. When price comes down, all right, and goes back up, okay, to take out this last retail low, the retail mindset marks it as a break of structure. And so they continue marking as break of structure. Okay? These are not actually break of structure. These are not break of structure. These are retail breaks of structure. All right? These are not institutional break of structure. I want you to understand that. And let me ask you this. How often do you find price move in this clean and decent manner? How often? How often do you find price move in this straight and clean manner? Ask yourself, how often? If the market is printing this kind of structure in the market, everyone would have become a millionaire. Don't you understand? Please take note of this. This is not the true break of structure in the market. Now, I'm going to show you the true break of structure so that you can understand when we are talking about the true SMC break of structure. Okay? Now, in this next diagram, let me show this to you. Now, take a look at this diagram. Isn't it very different from what you saw last? This is a very different scenario. Okay? And I'm going to show you how you determine your valid or your true SMC break of structure. Okay? Now, take a look at this. Price travel up. Okay? To the retail mindset, they might mark this as a break of structure. This is actually not a break of structure. Now, if you mark this as a break of structure, let me show that to you. If you mark this as a break of structure, and this is where traders are getting it wrong and they are blowing off their account in the market. Once you mark this as a break of structure, according to what the books have taught you, okay? Now, this is what will happen. The books tell you after every break of structure, there's going to be an OB sitting somewhere, all right? So let us assume that there is an OB sitting here, okay? Because there is a break of structure to the upside, and therefore your OB will be here. Let us assume your OB is here, okay? Let's assume your OB is there. Now look at what will happen. Price will come down and blow through this your OB, all right? It will blow through the OB. Let me change the color of that OB. So it will blow through that OB. Okay, it will blow through the OB. Why is it? It is because this was not actually a break of structure. All right? The books have misled you. This was not actually a break of structure. And so therefore, there is no OB sitting around here. So this OB is null and void. Okay? I want you to understand that very, very well. Now, after that, take a look at what happened again. Price came back down, took out this low, and then printed another low here. What happened here? All right? Now, for this high to be confirmed as a valid high, because this high wasn't, it was non-existent. This high is non-existent. It didn't happen. For this high to be confirmed as a valid high, it has to take out the first pullback, all right, before it can be confirmed as a valid high, all right? And therefore, when it takes out this low, what do you call that? All right, this is your inducement. There must be an inducement for your high or low to be confirmed as a valid high or low. Understand? There must be an inducement in the market. Without an inducement, this high or any low for that matter cannot be confirmed. High cannot be confirmed in a bullish structure. Low cannot be confirmed in a bearish structure. So you need inducement for them to be confirmed. All right? Please take note of this, because this is where the retail SMC traders are getting it wrong. So now that inducement has been taken out, so therefore this high, is now confirmed. Let me show that to you. This high is confirmed. Okay? And for this low to be confirmed, all right, as a higher low, a valid higher low, it has to go back up to take out this major structure high here Understand? And therefore, and it must be with a candle closure. Okay? So therefore, as you can see, price went up to take out that high. All right? With a candle closure. And therefore, this low will now be confirmed as a valid low. I want you to understand these things. This low can now be confirmed as a valid low. And now, another high is printed here. Is this a valid high? For this high, now, sorry, before we get to the next high, now, because price has now closed above this very structure high, price has now closed above this very major structure high. All right? So this now becomes our break of structure here. So you can actually see that this is a break of structure. Let me show that to you. You can actually now see this is a valid break of structure. This one now is a valid break of structure. This one was null and void. There was no break of structure here. Okay? So let's take that one out. There was no break of structure here. So this is a valid break of structure. Why is it a valid break of structure? Because this is a major structure high. And this major structure low sponsored the move up that took out this major structure high. All right? And that is a break of structure when price closed above it with a candle body. All right? And now we have another high here. This high cannot be confirmed as a major high until it takes out inducement. And in this case, where is our inducement in the market? Of course, this is the inducement. Price has to take that one out for this high to be confirmed as a valid high. All right? And therefore, we can now have our high here confirmed. Why? Because it has taken out this inducement. All right? So now, for us to have a valid break of structure, we need this low. This low cannot be confirmed just yet as a higher low until it sponsors the move that takes out this major structure high and close above it. Once that happens, it becomes our proper break of structure like this. If price now closes above that high, okay, that would become a valid break of structure. Okay, so that will become a valid break of structure. As you can see, there was a break of structure there. All right, and so this low can now be confirmed as a valid low. This low. Why? Because it sponsored the move up that took out the major structure high and closed above it. So this one becomes our break of structure. This is a valid break of structure in the market. All right, and now another high is printed. All right, now this high cannot be confirmed just yet as a valid high until it takes out the first internal structure low, which is your inducement. Okay, and so this would have been your inducement, all right, to confirm this high. But as you can see, price did not come down to take out that inducement. Rather, price created another new structure, all right, and went up. All right, when it created another new structure such as this here, as you can find my cursor, now this inducement will be transferred from here to this point. Okay, because a new structure had been created. But then, even then, price did not come down to take out that inducement for this high to be confirmed. And before you know it, it created a new structure. Now, for this new structure to be confirmed, this new high to be confirmed, it has to take out inducement. And therefore, our inducement can now be transferred to this point because a new structure had already been created. Okay, so that's our inducement. If price takes it out, this high is confirmed. And as you can see, price has taken it out. And therefore, this high is confirmed. All right, this high is confirmed. Let me confirm that high for you to see. So this high now is confirmed. Why is it? Because it has sponsored the move to take out this inducement here. All right, now I want you to note something here. You note that after this break of structure, we did not mark this point as a break of structure. All right, and we did not mark this point as a break of structure. Why? These are not breaks of structure. these structures that you see here, they are invalid structures. From this point, this low, to this high is one straight leg. All right? And therefore, there was no break of structure here. There was no break of structure here. Okay? The valid break of structure is where you have seen me marked. And now, this high has been confirmed because it has taken out the inducement and created this low. This low cannot be confirmed as a higher low, a valid higher low, until it takes out, all right? Until it takes out the major structure high and close above it, okay? And as you can see, this major structure high, all right, has been raided. Look at it. It has been raided and price has actually closed above it, all right? Price has closed above it, as you can see. And therefore, this low can now be confirmed as a valid low, all right? It can be confirmed as a valid low, okay? Now, this is a valid break of structure. Why? Because price closed above this previous major structure high. So that is how you determine your break of structure in the market, okay? And the same thing here, price comes down, all right? This is not a break of structure, guy. Don't make any mistake about that. This is not a break of structure. Now, this low now sponsored the move up that took out this inducement. Take a look at this inducement here. It took it out, this inducement. Can you see that? It took out that inducement to create this new, to create this low. This low is confirmed once this inducement has been taken out. All right? This low is confirmed. Let me do something here. Okay. So this low is confirmed once price takes out the first internal structure high. In the case of a downtrend, this low is confirmed. All right? And now, until this high, we cannot confirm our lower high just yet until it sponsors the move down to take out this major structure low here. And if that happens, that will become our break of structure, a valid break of structure, guys. For that matter, I want you to understand this thing, okay? So price now has traveled back down, all right, to take out this major structure low and close below it. That becomes our valid break of structure, all right? That's our valid break of structure. And then price printed this low. Is this low a valid low? Now, for this low to be confirmed as a valid low, it has to take out the first internal structure, which is the first internal structure high, which is your inducement. And where is your first internal structure high? This is it, guy. This is your first internal structure high. Please take note, this is not your first internal structure high. There is no inducement taken here because this is where a lot of retail SMC traders make mistakes. All right? There is no inducement here. This is just one straight leg. All right? So the first pullback or the first internal structure high is here. Until price takes it out, this low cannot be confirmed just yet. And as you can see, price has taken it out. All right? And so therefore, this low is now confirmed as a valid low. Okay? This low is confirmed as a valid low. Why? Because it sponsored the move up that took out this first internal structure high, which is your inducement. All right? Now, for us to have a lower high, sorry, I did not denote a lower high here. Let's do that. This is your lower high in the market. All right? Here. All right? Now, for this high to be confirmed as a valid lower high, price has to sponsor the move down that will take out this major structure low here. All right? And once that happens, it becomes a break of structure. And as you can see, price sponsored the move down to take out this major structure point here. Take a look. Sorry. Price sponsored the move that took out this major structure low here, meaning that, and close below it, meaning that this is our valid break of structure. And our lower high can now be confirmed. This is our lower high, guys. This is as simple as that. These are the true break of structure in the market. Okay? So please take note of it, that your true break of structure, a true SMC break of structure, is when price has taken out a major structure high or low. And for a major structure high or low to be confirmed, price has to take out the first pull back. All right, I hope you understand what I'm trying to push to you here. Now let me show you one or two examples on the charts so that you can understand what we are talking about. Okay, now this is GU. Let's just look for some examples on the chart. And as you can see, GU is pretty much bearish. Price is breaking the lows and respecting the highs. All right, this is pretty much bearish, and therefore we want to see some structures in the market to determine the true break of structure. All right, the true break of structure. Now, as you can see, there is a break of structure here. Look at it here. This is not a break of structure, guys. I want you to understand it. This is not a break of structure, because a lot of guys will mark this as a break of structure. Okay, this is not a break of structure in the market. I want you to understand that. Why is it not a break of structure? It is not a break of structure because price has not taken out the first pullback. All right, I want you to understand that. But retail SMC traders will go ahead to mark this one as a break of structure, which is wrong. All right, for this low to be confirmed as a valid low, your first pullback has to be taken out, and that your first pullback is here. All right, let me show you so that you can understand. Your first pullback is here, so it has to be taken out. Okay, just a minute, guys. This your first pullback has to be taken out. This will be your inducement. But as you can see, price did not come down, did not go up to take out that inducement before creating another structure low here. Remember, this is not a low. This is not a break of structure. Okay? So now, because it is not a break of structure, we can move it out. All right? And now, price printed this low. For this low to be confirmed as a valid low, all right, it has to take out the first internal structure high, which is your inducement. And therefore, your inducement now can be transferred from that point to this point here. It can be transferred from here to this point. This becomes your inducement in the market, confirming this low as a valid low. Can you see that? So this low can now be confirmed as a valid low. So if price comes down to take out this low and close below it, it becomes your break of structure. All right, so we can indicate it by putting this by placing this line there, because anytime price now takes out that structure, anytime price comes down to take out this structure and close below it, it will mean a break of structure. But as it is now, there is no break of structure just yet. All right, but this low is confirmed as our low, our lower low. All right, and now for us to confirm our lower high, price has to come down to take out this low. It has to come down to take out this low and close below it. All right, so let's see whether price took out that low. Sorry. Okay, so let's follow price and see what happened. Let's see what happened. So as you can see, price took it out with a wick. Will you say this is a valid break of structure? No, it is not a valid break of structure. Why? Our valid break of structure is with a candle body close, a candle closure below this previous major structure low. So our lower high cannot be confirmed just yet. I want you to understand that. Until price breaks and closes below this previous major structure low, this lower high cannot be confirmed as a lower high. All right? And therefore, let us continue to see what happened next. And as you can see, after then, price, all right, took out this very low. This very low was taken out. All right? It didn't take it out. Did it? It didn't take it out still. It took out with a wick as well. But eventually, price closed below, all right, that low. Then confirming this one, confirming this original low here as a valid break of structure. All right? Because price has now closed below it. And where is our lower high in this case? Where is our lower high? Our lower high now is this point. Take a look at it. This is the highest point after, all right, the inducement was taken. So this becomes our lower high. All right? So let's continue to look at price. I want you to understand that. So now that price has closed below this low, all right? Now, this is our break of structure, valid break of structure. The other one I showed to you. Now, price has printed this low again. Now, for this low to be confirmed as a valid low, it has to take out the first internal structure high. Okay? It has to take it out. Now, take a look at what happened here. Take a look at what happened. Because we have to follow price as it is. Now, price printed this low, went back up. All right? So this is our first internal structure high, and which is our inducement here in this case. This is our inducement in the market, guys. Until that inducement is taken out, all right, that low cannot be confirmed as a lower low. And as you can see, price took out that inducement, confirming this low as a lower low. This becomes our lower low in the market. All right? So until price comes to take out and closes below this lower low, all right, this high cannot be confirmed. But as you can see, price has actually taken out that low. Let's see. Let's see. Is this actually, let me, yes. Okay, sorry guys. This was our inducement. Let's not make mistake about that. This was our inducement. Is it right? Yes. This was our inducement here. Okay. This was our true inducement. All right. And price took it out. So this low is confirmed as a valid low. Now, we cannot confirm this high yet as our lower high until price takes out this very low here and close below it. And as you can see, that actually happened. And that becomes our boss. This becomes our boss in the market. That's break of structure. All right? And therefore, this high is confirmed as our new lower high. This is our new lower high. All right? Because it sponsored the move up, down, that took out this major structure low here. All right? And then, after then, look at what happened here again. Price now went up. All right? And took out this major structure high. All right? What do you call that? This becomes our chalk in the market. This becomes our chalk. It's change of character in the market. Why? Because price closed above it, as you can see. So that's our chalk in the markets. That's change of character. So this downtrend is over. We are now bullish. All right? But as price went up, look at what happened. Remember, this is our low. This is our low now. All right? This low has been confirmed as a valid low. Why is it confirmed? Oh, sorry. This is not a break of structure. Sorry. There was a mistake. This is not, this is not a chalk. It's not change of character, because for this low to be confirmed as a valid low, it has to take out the first internal structure high, which is your inducement. And this actually is your first internal structure high. All right. So this becomes your inducement in the market. I'm sorry about that. This becomes your inducement in the market. Okay. So let's change that to inducement. Why is that inducement? Why is it not a chalk? It is not a chalk because if you look at this leg, all right, there is no pullback. There is no pullback, no retracement on this leg. So the first retracement is this one. All right. And therefore, this high now becomes our IDM, inducement. And so this high can now be transferred to this very high here. All right. Because that becomes our inducement. So this high can now be transferred. All right. I want you to take note of this. This is very important. This high can now be transferred to this point. Why is it? I'm going to tell you why it has been transferred to this point. All right? It has been transferred. There is no low here. So this low can now be transferred to this one here as well. All right? Please take note of these things. So this low has been transferred to this one. And this break of structure is also transferred. All right? This break of structure will also be transferred to this point. Let me show that to you so that you can see. So if price now breaks below this very structure, that becomes our valid break of structure. All right. So this is our low now, and this is our high. Why is this our high? It is our high because price traveled back down to take out this major structure low here. All right. So this becomes our valid break of structure. I'm showing you a valid break of structure. Okay. I'm just showing you this thing so that you can understand. And then a new low is printed here. All right. And for this low to be confirmed as a valid low, it has to take out the first internal structure high. All right. And the first internal structure high, which is your inducement, is right here. It's right here, guys. It's here. As you can see, it is right here. Let's see. It's right here. That's your first internal structure high to confirm it as your inducement, as to confirm that low, this very low, as a valid low. But as it is, price didn't go back up to take out that inducement before coming back down to take out this low and forming a new low. And then our inducement now can be transferred from here to this point. Look at it. Inducement can be taken and transferred to this point. All right. And as you can see, price still didn't come back up to take out that inducement. And before you know it, price broke this structure again and went down. And therefore, our inducement can be transferred from there to this very point. Okay. And as you can see, price took out that inducement. Okay. So confirming this low as a valid low. So if price now comes to take out that low, it becomes a break of structure. But price has to close below it to be confirmed as a break of structure. Okay. So now we can now have something here that if price comes down, we have identified our lower low. Now, how about our lower high? Our lower high cannot be confirmed just yet until price takes out this major structure low and close below it. This high cannot be confirmed just yet. All right. And as you can see, price didn't take out this low with a closure, with a candle closure. It took it out with wicks. All right. And eventually price, let's see, the price closed below it. Now, eventually price didn't close below that low. All right. And but it swept it, you know, it swept here as well, swept here as well, and eventually it closed below it. Can you see? Eventually it closed below it, confirming this low, as a break, as a proper break of structure. All right. So we can say this is our break of structure. I want you to understand it. This is our break of structure here, guys. Just a minute. So this becomes our break of structure in the market, our valid break of structure in the market. So that's our value break of structure. And then this high is also confirmed as a lower high. This high is confirmed as a lower high. All right. And so this is how to mark your structure, your break of structure in the market. All right. So this is how far we can go. I hope you have learned something here. All right. Please, if you are confused, go over this video again and again and learn how to properly identify and mark out your true SMC break of structure in the market. Okay, I want you to understand that. All right, guys. But if you are new to our channel, please endeavor to subscribe, give us your subscription, and turn on the notification bell so that anytime we publish a new video like this, you'll be notified about it. Okay, please give us your subscription. All right, guys. I see you in our next educational video.